Oh, greetings. Okay, this is like a galactic update, sort of. Not really. This one's so yeah. I was gonna go into this. I just do a brief update. So I've been digging into Mars's energy. Did a channel text on it. Hasn't been. Well, it's on one of my blogs. You can find my website. It's not the easiest to find, but it's there. Um, about Mars and planet destroying technologies. I believe this is one of the reasons why it is the way it is. To go into a little bit more details of Mars, so I believe it was more of like a balanced energy at one time. Of course, Maldek, if you're not aware of Maldek was destroyed, and I believe a lot of them found themselves on Mars in some form or another. And but that's not why Mars crashed. I mean, I believe Mars was very civil at one time. But then over time, yeah, like they cut out the female, just like they have in our mythology. It's like a masculine energy where the females are stronger, like Amazonian. I mean, obviously there are women that weren't always like that, but the male is pretty much trying to make females into males in some regard, or more male-like, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the other one be like Xena. I think there's a galactic, a Greek mythology at Xena or something around as like in the TV show on that, but it's anyway. So that's the planet destroying technologies like a terraforming technology where they can send it off, they take it on a ship and send it off to a planet and just terraform the planet. Now where they went with that, how far they got with it is unknown. They probably might, I would assume they created something like, I mean, it was actually used, I would assume. I'm not getting a lot of details on that. But and Atlanteans also fought. Atlanteans were fighting. We're on Mars also, fighting them at one time. So get kind of. I mean, of course, we don't have a way of proving these things. Would be nice, but it's just as I do a channeled energy on it. That's what I received. They're very advanced. Even their DNA is very advanced. I believe when human and Martian DNA came together, when our planet and Martian DNA came together, it got more. Humans got psychotic here, which explains the modern world. Of course, I believe the Martians also were here early on too, a version of it, and they kind of keep upgrading themselves into where some of them become psychotic. So I figure I put because we're going into the new year. Next year is going to be rather strange. I mean, we're already dealing with that now. I mean, I believe there have been predictions about this going on for another 4 years. Our health situation. I'm starting to feel that. I felt around 2022, but now I'm feeling it might be going a lot longer than that. So, which is going to really start to change things. And was it January 6th? There's going to be a lot of transition going on, where the presidency, and he might, became make himself like let's say a dictator or something around those lines. So there's a possibility of that. So January 6th is definitely a melting point. Because I don't see Trump leaving office. Now when Biden was every time he made a win, I was feeling that he was going to win something, but and he did. I mean, he kept winning and winning. Not that it's legal or anything like that, but it was through corruption or whatever you might call it. And so I don't feel like Trump's going to leave, but I guess we'll have to find out. So he has ways of staying in office, and I believe he's going to use them. So all right, that's about it. Planet destroying technologies from Mars. I don't know where you can go with that exactly. They're not really giving me a whole lot of details other than that. It's just they're interstellar travelers. They developed also is very advanced. They just got out of hand. I believe they're also involved with the pyramids being created, at least in Mexico. And I believe the Mexican or the Central America pyramids, some of them, some in that area were built before the Egyptian pyramids. At least the feeling I'm getting from that. So, of course, you're never going to get, even with research, nobody really knows. I mean, imagine somebody does, but they're going to keep to the story, of course. And also, slowly it'll be going more deeper, little by little. I say little by little, into how the elite and how they manipulate astral, how they bring in souls into our reality, which is still kind of not clear, of course. But some people have had dreams of astral being very tricky. Like you don't know the beings, who they are, and shape shifting. They say they're friendly and end up being not friendly. And there's just it's like a cabal uh, part of astral. And that's when they bring the souls in. That's where they set the agendas here. And yeah, it's like you can almost say God doesn't exist there in some regard. It does, but it's like a magic, which the third dimension hasn't quite grasped just yet. That we're slowly, and believe it or not, it doesn't mean it's not real. It's just you don't believe it, and that's fine. So yeah, it's gonna get strange. So yeah, I think it's gonna get stranger and stranger with each year. So well, if you want to go into the ascension and connect to aliens and all of that, I guess it has to, right? So yeah. All right. All right. Thank you, everyone. Blessings. And the webinar will be on schedule for tonight. All right. Take care. Happy New Year. Blessings.